Hi guys, so I make this video in support of everyone having to hear Megan's voice. Now I'm sure if you follow me, you definitely would have heard of this case because we've talked about it pretty much non-stop for the last 2 days. Now Megan is 18 years of age and she has been kept against her will in a psych facility while her mum is desperate to get her home, believing that if Megan isn't freed soon, she will die in that facility. Now to give you this case in a nutshell, Megan has learning disabilities, she also has autism, and she has ARFID and also hypermobility. Now, Megan was described some nutritious calorie shakes because the foods on her safe list that she will eat due to her disorder were not giving her enough nutrients. Now, her mum tried to get Megan to have these milkshakes, but they were powdery, and because of the texture and autism and the ARFID and everything else, ARFID, she would not consume these milkshakes. So her mum, at her wit's end, went back to the GP and asked if they would consider an NG tube so that Megan could get some more calories and more nutrients. But the doctor decided to place calls and safeguarding and say that Shona, Megan's mother, had not even tried to get her daughter to drink these milkshakes and just wanted this feeding tube. Now, she decided to also say the GP that Shona was actually blocking professionals from helping Megan and hence was being neglectful of her child. This was not the truth at all. So on Monday, the 15th of July, 3 police vans, a doctor, a social worker and nurses turned up at the home that Megan shared with her mother Shona, and they demanded to be let in or they would break down the door. Now, what happened next was absolutely out of every parent's worst nightmare. Megan was trying to hide from the police under a bed. She was full of fear. She was trying to get into different rooms, like her mum's bathroom off of the bedroom, trying to hide from all of these strangers storming around her house, and was absolutely terrified. Now, when one of the police officers tried to approach Megan in the bathroom, Shona just pushed the door closed a little bit so she could kind of try to talk to her daughter and kind of make sure she was safe. At which stage the police decided to grab hold of Shona, pin her to the bed, handcuff her and force her face into the bed while they tried to extract Megan from the house. Under complete duress, she was screaming. And Shona says in her own words, "Then the screaming began, screams that will haunt me for the rest of my life. 4 police officers dragged her out of the bathroom. She was trying to grab onto anything. I couldn't see properly as they kept pressing my head into the bed. When she saw me, she yelled, 'Let go.' Megan doesn't speak much, so this shows her level of distress. I didn't see what happened after this as they tore my vulnerable, beautiful girl away from me, from her safe space. My neighbour said she's glad I didn't see." Now, they then took Megan out of the home, wouldn't tell her mum Shona where she was for hours, and she finally is told that she is at a locked adult learning disability psych ward, where she has been ever since. Now, they have not done anything to make this stay easy for Megan, including pinning her and medicating her for sleep, leaving her covered in bruises. They won't let her access to her phone or the outside world, so she can't contact her family. They hardly let her mum go and visit. She's not allowed any of her safe foods brought into her. And when her mum does bring the safe foods in, instead of letting her mum give them directly to Megan, they have to actually give them to the doctors. And Megan doesn't trust the doctors. Why would she? So she then deems those foods unsafe because she believes they've been tampered with. So we're actually at a stage where Megan has not eaten or drank since she's been at that facility. Now, Megan's mum Shona says Megan is 18, she's not mentally unwell. She struggles with ARFID since an incident at her old gymnastic club that was triggered really badly for the last 2 months of last year. And since then, it's been a little bit of a downhill struggle, and that's why she reached out for help. And instead, she has been thrust into her absolute worst nightmare. Shona also says since being there, she hasn't eaten or drunk nothing. They are starving her to death and she is crying with hunger and begging me to bring her safe foods. They won't let me in after the first visit. She doesn't trust the doctors. She won't take food from them. And they literally are at their wit's end right now. Her mum said it's inevitable. If something isn't done and people don't hear Megan's voice, Megan will die in there. Now, the place that Megan is being kept is the William Fraser Centre in Scotland. Now, this is absolutely inhumane. It's cruel. And not only that, Prisoners get more rights, so why does Meghan not have any rights? Just because she's on the spectrum does not mean she's not fully aware of what's being done to her. She's covered in bruises. She got a phone charge the other day given to her, so they turned off the electric in her room. What they are doing to this young lady is absolutely unjust, unfair. And if you guys do not help out and do not help spread Meghan's story, go and sign the petition, then we just do not know what's going to happen. So please go to Google and put in change.org Meghan. Her petition will come straight up. It's trending at the moment. Or you can just go to change.org and put in Meghan in the search bar, and it will bring up the petition as well. We're about 800 signatures away from 25,000, and it's so important that you do it, not just for Meghan, but for every child on the spectrum that comes after Meghan who may one day face these same issues if society doesn't say no now. So please hashtag Meghan's Voice, repost this post, download it, put it on your own profiles, put it all over social media, do whatever you can to make sure that Meghan and her mum Shona know we hear Meghan's voice.